Mr. Speaker, with your permission, I will take questions 4 and 5 together. We are listening and speaking to as many farming organisations and institutions as possible as we develop our negotiating position. I've met a range of representatives of the agricultural sector, including, I believe, all the UK farming unions, and have attended DEFRA's stakeholder roundtables, one of which was focused on farming and horticulture.
Victoria Ratkin.
Louth and Horncastle boasts highly productive farms which produce excellent food. Can my right honourable friend reassure our farmers that encouraging British food production and maintaining high-quality standards will be uppermost in his mind during the exit process?
Well, certainly, Mr. Speaker, the British farming industry is noted throughout the world for the quality of its produce, and outside the European Union we have an unprecedented opportunity to redesign our policies to make them work for us, ensuring that our agriculture industry is competitive, productive and profitable, and also that our environment continues to improve.
Thank
you, Mr. Speaker. Farmers in Edisbury apply the highest standards of welfare to their livestock and indeed the produce deriving from that livestock. What safeguards will be put into place to ensure that produce that doesn't meet those high standards does not affect the competitiveness of our farmers?
Well, again, Mr. Speaker, my honourable friend makes an important point, because animal welfare and traceability are important elements of British agricultural production. We are committed to high animal welfare standards and will continue to push in international trade arrangements for those standards to be maintained.
Mr. Speaker, British farmers face a triple threat from the vote to leave the European Union: the loss of the CAP subsidy, the threat of cheap imports from countries with lower animal welfare and traceability standards, and tariffs on exports potentially to the single market. Can the Minister say what he is doing to mitigate, in particular, that third threat, where we could see tariffs of up to 40% on lamb?
Well, Mr. Speaker, the Honourable Lady makes very important points, but I think that this government has already demonstrated its commitment to support of the agriculture industry by supporting CAP 1 till 2020 and also giving support for CAP 2. In terms of the issue of tariffs, as she will know, it is the aim of this government to achieve the best possible free trade agreement with the continuing European Union and to ensure that whatever customs arrangements are put in place are frictionless and for the benefit of both Britain and the EU.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Could the Minister perhaps tell us what discussions he has had with the Government of the Republic of Ireland and the free movement of goods? This is particularly important in the agricultural sector after the UK exits the EU, because many of our farms in Northern Ireland straddle the border, number one, but number two, many of the produce of those farms transit the border a number of times, like milk sometimes crosses it 5 times.
Well, Mr. Speaker, the honourable gentleman raises an extremely important point, and which is at the forefront of the mind of the government. In fact, the Prime Minister has discussed this very issue with the Taoiseach, and indeed all the ministers in the DEXU team have had similar discussions, and I have had very recent discussions with representatives of the Irish government as well.